Hello and welcome to Ninqueso Live, episode 26. That is our 6-month mark, if my math is correct, which it probably isn't. I am El Ninqueso, and I am joined by the legendary windpipe remover, Miss Bree.
Hey, bestie!
And the best thing is, her mic sounds good today. We sorted that issue out.
We have sorted it out, haven't we? I'm no longer underwater.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
So hopefully it's going to stay as good as this all the way through.
You're a little bit.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled.
Yeah, I'm not, because now I can hear what you're saying. I've got to pay attention.
Well, I can help you out and stuff with this whole actual broadcasting malarkey.
What do you think of our new background? I know we've only just got like a different one, but we've got a new one now. What do you think? What do you think with the cheese? I think the darker colour stands out better.
It's cheesy.
It is cheesy. It even says cheese on it. So, how have you been? I haven't seen you in ages.
I know. You know what? I've been very busy. I've been featured in national newspapers.
Get you.
I've been featured in the Metro and the Ilford Recorder.
Well, I was in Star Wars, my dear, so you know.
I know, right? So, yes, I'm almost famous right now. I'm giving a lot of people a hard time.
Almost famous. Barlett knows who you are. Right, hello, Barlett. Hello, CC Sports. Welcome along.
Hello.
And hello to anyone else that's lurking out there.
Oh, hold on.
Well, she's gone. She's gone.
No. I'm back. I'm back.
Jeez. So what have you been...
It was an emergency.
Her and her cup has to get it in, every single one.
It's not like tea. You know what I mean?
It's not like it's our mug. What you need to do is design your own mug, and then we can sell it. You can be like, you can have a mug like Miss Bree too.
Well, I think that'd be a good idea, actually.
There you go. There you go. So what have you been up to?
You know what? I've played quite a bit, although it's not very interesting. I've got a more interesting story to tell you about the boy and his game exploits, because as we know...
Has he won a game of Warzone?
Well, kind of yes and no. What's happening really with that is he has given up all pretense of killing people, and now what he does is he goes and finds a quad bike and he razzes around on it for as long as he can.
Until someone throws a landmine at him.
It was a grenade launcher just before we came on the podcast.
And kablooey, gone. He needs a bigger vehicle than that, and then run them over. That's the fun thing to do in Warzone.
Yeah, remember that time we got the truck and like razzed around in the truck?
Yes, I do. I do remember running people over. That's the best bit about Warzone, and you can do that in Fortnite as well. Just don't let CC Sports. No, CC Sports is okay actually. He's not too bad at driving. Do not let Gemma drive.
Oh really?
She's bad.
Oh my god.
She was crashing all over the place. Bless you. Bless you.
What have you been playing, Bessie?
I've been having a week. I played What Remains of Edith Finch last Thursday, I believe that was, which was you
recommended that to me when we went to Donut Friday.
I did recommend that game to you. If you want a game where you're going to walk away feeling a bit sad and a bit like, oh, okay, that's the game for you. It is a good game, and I don't really want to say too much about it, because if you can experience it, you should, I think, is kind of where I would go with that one. And it's on Game Pass at the moment, so you can get it for free if you've got Game Pass, which is always a bonus, which is why I played it. Apart from that, I also started to play, for the first time ever, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Whoa.
Which I've not played ever, and it's been out for... I didn't even buy it on the Wii when it came out. I just ignored it because I didn't really get into Super Mario Galaxy 1. So we started to play that now that we finished Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. And, okay, this is going to be controversial, I know. But after playing Origami King and Thousand Year Door back to back, I prefer Origami King.
Oh!
That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Really?
There was just like... don't get me wrong. Thousand Year Door is still a good game. But there's just too many things in it that just annoy me.
Oh, man.
It's like the final boss. There's 2 cutscenes in the final boss. Both of them are over 5 minutes, and both of them are unskippable.
Oh, we talked about this, didn't we? Where we
Yes.
were walking around the park with hot chocolate.
Yes, which when it took you 5 attempts to beat that final end boss, I think total time wise, I must have spent about three hours on the final boss over the course of three
A
streams.
5-minute cutscene is insane.
Yeah, and that's not including all the battling you got to do as well. So it was about
Correct.
for about 40 minutes to have a go with the boss. Yes, CC, that boss was so annoying. It really was. But apart from that, one thing I did play today, I don't think this is mentioned. It's at the end of our quick news. I streamed Fall Guys Season 3.5 today. And I played the new level. I didn't get a crowd because there was I think they've messed something up in the update and I can't remap the buttons. So it's like all of a sudden the buttons that I've been used to are now not the same because I can't change them to where I need them to be. So
that's a little bit rubbish, Bessie.
Oh, it is when you spent 3 months playing a game using like that to jump, that to dive, and all of a sudden you've got to go jump and dive on both this. It's just rubbish. But that's another thing. This is a public service announcement as well. The reason being I had to try and change my controls is because I've got my scuff controller here with the paddles on the back, and one of my paddles has actually snapped. Yeah, it's like they're only thin things. And basically they pivot on the point here and push into a little button to make contact. And after a quick search, this is a common problem.
Are we having a Joy-Con drift moment?
This is easily replaced, assuming you've got £12.50 to actually buy a new set of the paddles.
I feel a class action coming on, Bestie.
Or the other option is you can get metal ones, but they're about £50.
Oh my God, it's not even your birthday yet.
I know. So I think what I'm going to do, I've watched a video online where some guy sort of done a temporary fix. He's kind of put the two halves in heat shrink and shrinked it down onto it to hold it because it still needs to have some flex in it. I tried gluing it with like a cocktail stick to give it a bit more structural support, but that meant it didn't bend at all, so it wouldn't click into the button. So it's got to have a little bit of bend, but that's just going to
have enough give in it.
Yeah, but apparently, from what I've seen online, it's a common problem, and people were really annoyed. So I think,
have a word.
Yeah, especially when you're paying like £150 for the controller.
That's mad.
Yeah, so I think I'll try and save up for some metal ones because what's the point in getting replacement ones when these have only lasted 3 months? Within a year, you're going to have paid out the same as if you just bought the metal ones. So that's my public service announcement. Scuff, what are you playing at? I love your controller, but that's just bad. It's really bad.
That is really bad, actually. That's really, really bad.
Yes. So that's what I've been up to.
Okay.
Should we get on with this? We got like...
Do you know what? Let's do some quick news.
Some quick news. The kind of news that we don't really want to talk about, but we feel we should mention. I mean, that isn't always true. Sometimes there just isn't much to say about the story, and I'd love to talk about it, but it's kind of like... my birthday is ages away, CC Sports. It's like in November. Right. Okay, quick news. Netflix officially announces Sonic Prime as a new 3D animated series in 2022.
Ooh.
Apex Legends Switch news coming very soon, says Respawn Entertainment. It's coming soon, honest.
Very soon.
I think it was meant to be out by now. This one's quite good. Nintendo raises its revenue forecast for the financial year, and it expects to hit $5.34 billion profit.
Wow.
That's because like the Switch has sold, I think it's in the last quarter, it came out today, the Switch has sold like 11 million units.
Yeah.
Which is in a quarter, which is going to be... Quite a few. That's what I say. Right. Nintendo Switch sales have overtaken the 3DS lifetime sales, and that's just in 4 years. So now the next console is the Game Boy Advance, and then it's the big one, the Wii. Mario Kart 8 overtakes Mario Kart Wii as best-selling series entry. There's a lot of like Nintendo things doing well. There was another story that I saw today as well. Animal Crossing has now sold over 31 million units.
No way!
Since in 9 months. That's a lot.
Insane.
That's a lot of units.
It really.
Astral Chain is now fully owned by Nintendo, says Platinum Games. I've never played Astral Chain. It was on my list of games I wanted, but it wasn't on my list of games I wanted so bad I would spend £50 for them. And it's a Nintendo game, so it's never going to come down in price. Flight Simulator is getting a UK makeover, which is now penciled in for the second week of February. So they've done this to like Japan and America so far, where they've actually made certain areas in there a lot more detailed. And now it's the UK's turn. Nintendo unveils a Monster Hunter Rise Special Edition Switch console.
Ooh.
Yeah. Animal Crossing New Horizons returns to #1 in the UK charts. So not surprising with how many it sold. Fall Guys mid-season 3.5 update arrived today, and I've played it. Literally, I was in there about a minute after it drops, and they tweeted that it's dropped.
Bessie, there's a lot of quick news.
There was a lot of quick news. I found loads of quick news. I didn't find so much main news, but I found loads of quick news. And that is the quick news. Apart from PlayStation Plus. Okay, PlayStation Plus, they were a little bit late of letting us know what games we were going to get this month. But they have let us know now.
Bit last minute.
Fentosaurus, I agree. Flight Simulator is amazing.
That's true.
Yeah, I've got it. It's on Game Pass, so I can play it for free, and it's good. I just don't know whether it's a game I can stream. So I'm not sure whether my PC could cope with playing it and streaming it. It's a tall ask. So, what games are we getting free this month on PlayStation Plus? Not that we are getting it free, because neither of us have PlayStation Plus. Okay, so what are we getting? We are getting Destruction All-Stars, which is a PlayStation 5 title. We're also getting Control Ultimate Edition. It's another PlayStation 5. And Concrete Genie, which is PlayStation 4. Let me bring some video up so people can go, oh my God, look at that. Okay, so Concrete Genie. Yeah, it's that. For me, nothing really interesting here. I don't think. Destruction All-Stars just looks awful.
It really does.
It really does. I think Sony had no choice but to put this onto PlayStation Plus because it's an online game. And if they were trying to get people to spend $70 or £70 or whatever the price of a PlayStation 5 game is, no one would have bought it and there just would have been no player base.
No.
But I think this will fall off pretty quick. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be amazing fun, but it just doesn't look it.
Not so much, really.
Control's meant to be quite good. I've only ever played the Switch cloud version, which didn't work for me. But yeah, so that's that. That is what you're getting. That is what you're getting. Welcome along, Gemma, and thank you so much for the bits. Notification noises are turned off during the podcast, though, Gemma. I am so sorry. I'm sorry to say.
Got to be done.
It has, because some people just listen to this with the audio. Not many, but a few. Right. That is all the quick news and the PlayStation Plus. Should we get on to the main stories?
Let's do that.
Okay, this first one you're going to need to explain because I don't understand it at all. It's financial stuff.
Financial stuff.
It is. I'm hoping you did like a good research into this.
I know quite a bit about this actually. So
good. Let's go. Bring it. I saw this and thought this is a story we need to talk about, but I don't understand it.
This is to do with the Reddit frenzy, GameStop, and Robinhood. So
Robin Hood and Little John riding through the forest. Sorry, no more. We'll get a DMCA. No, DMCA. We're going to get DMCA. Stop it. Disney will sue us.
Okay, so here's the thing: that hedge funds deal in what they call shorts, and that's known as shorting stock. And so what they do is they buy some stock and then sell it. So that it's kind of like a bit like borrowing and betting on whether it's going to go up or down. So I won't go over the whole top and bottom of it, but basically what happened was a Reddit thread understood how it works. So you can make money on this. It's sort of like betting on which way the market will go,
Yeah.
and on a particular share. And because of that, you can make a lot of money. And that's the way hedge funds do it. And hedge funds obviously are worth billions and billions of pounds / dollars, and they make huge amounts of money. But this particular Reddit thread of poor people basically indulged in the same thing, and they started, for want of a better word, betting on the stock in GameStop.
Yeah.
And as a result, they bankrupted an entire hedge fund of billions and billions of dollars, and they had to go out of business because of that. So they didn't stop there. They just sort of like carried on and on and on, because this is basically poor people using the market to make money. And I am all over that shizzle.
Didn't they sort of bet that the stock will go down, and then people made it so the stock goes up?
Yeah, that's it. So they were betting the stock would go down, and then everybody bought it, so the stock rose incredibly. Anyway, so basically, there's been a bit of a frenzy on Reddit, and they've used this buying and selling service called Robinhood, and really now the hedge funds want to put a stop to it because the poor people are playing them at their own game, which, I'm kind of like,
surprise.
When you were doing it, but when the poor people are making money and putting you out of business, it's the other way around. You're not very happy. But anyway, as it turns out, the story here is that Ben Couzin, who's the son of Gary Couzin, who was the original founder of Babbage, which turned into GameStop, is actually on that Reddit thread using Robinhood to obviously drive up the stock, which is absolutely hilarious. So he actually resigned. He is the former head honcho. He resigned in 1995, which is it's quite a long time ago. But he has said that he feels it's an honor that GameStop stock was chosen for this particular endeavor by the poor people.
I think like the problem that they've had, this is like someone who doesn't know anything about all of this stuff, but the people that decided to bet against GameStop kind of forgot that the people that use GameStop are very internet savvy. They understand technology. They understand how to use it. So they were like, some people just going, oh, well, GameStop's been in trouble for ages. We'll just do that. And then obviously they rallied around and gone like, right, let's change this. So I think
what went on here was that obviously the hedge funds and the markets were shorting on GameStop stock, and things.
Yeah. Oh, GameStop's been in trouble for a while.
One person on this thread, as you say, very internet savvy person, figured out how it works, how to do it. And they just played them at their own game, and in the process, yes, it is a hilarious story. I absolutely love it. I agree with that. They played them at their own game to the point that they drove a hedge fund out of business, and now they've moved on to other stock. They are literally rampaging through the market, and the hedge funds are basically screaming out for it to be stopped.
It's not fair. We're losing money.
Yeah, it's not fair. Only we can toy with stocks and make them go up and down and make obscene amounts of money. I would just say it this word, Rishi Sunak, we know you. So, for me, I find it great. I love it when the poor people are empowered and enabled. And like you say, it's actually not a difficult concept.
Yeah.
And for smart people like you find, sort of like GameStop and Reddit and so on, they're going to pick it up very quickly. And here's the thing. There's a huge amount of strength in numbers. And I think that's, us poor people at the bottom of the chain forget that sometimes. And so for me, very, very poor people like us at the bottom of the chain forget that sometimes in that our power is, in our sheer numbers. So, yeah, it's very great. And Ben Couzin, son of Gary Couzin, former head honcho, is very honoured that their stock has been chosen. So I feel like I want to grab the popcorn, sit back and see how
it goes. Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, I'm sure we'll have an update with things if it carries on. Right.
And
Moving
if
on.
people are very, very interested, next week I will go into a full explanation of how shorting works. But it's quite involved, so we've got a bit of others.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of like knew it was an important story to cover, but I didn't really have a clue what it was about.
Yeah.
Even though I'd watched it on other like gaming news sites, I still didn't really get it.
Yeah, it's to do with buying and selling it at different values and kind of
Cool.
making a bet on which way it's going to go. But that's, we can go into more detail if we have the request.
Fentosaurus wants the request.
Okay, we'll do that next week.
He would.
So,
but yes, this next story, I understand this next story. Google Stadia. Do you remember that place where you were going to have these amazing games because the servers are going to do it and you'll be able to have like massive, great big battle royals and everything? There they are announcing it and how great it was. Google has actually now shut down both of its internal gaming development studios. So they're now saying, yeah, we're not going to make any exclusive games. We're just going to have like third-party games.
And the reason that they're saying this is the time that it takes to develop and the investment. Because let's be honest, they vastly underestimated both of those things, I think, when they first got into.
Well, they didn't even buy the game studio till after they would announced Stadia. And as people were saying, before you're going to get any first-party like big AAA games, it's going to be 4 or 5 years minimum down the line, if not longer.
Come on. This is a lot of the types of things that you want to see on there to make it worthwhile a 10-year lead-in.
Yes. I think, yeah, exactly. It's like Metroid Prime 4, got announced in 2017, got restarted 2018 or 2019. And like I said, we're not expecting that anytime soon whatsoever. So I don't know why they thought they'd be able to like get their own games out from 2 studios within a year of buying them. I think the other bigger alerts, like worrisome thing here is it's like how long before they suddenly decide to go, do you know what, we're not bothered with Google Stadia anymore, it's closing down. And then what happens to the people that have spent money buying games on Stadia? Because let's not forget, Stadia isn't a subscription service like Netflix where you get access to all the games. You have to buy the games. And as soon as, if they do close Stadia down, what happens to the people then? Obviously, it's just like, no, that's it. You've lost all your money now. You can't play these games anymore.
Yeah, it's a worry that, and I honestly think this will sound the death knell for Stadia.
Oh, Stadia was like gone soon after they announced it. Like Game Pass is so much better, and obviously you've got Game Pass Ultimate. You can stream games as well. The service that Amazon is coming out with, is it Luna? That's a subscription service, so you get access to all the games. It's paying a monthly fee. That's what Stadia needs to be. People don't want to, I would not buy a game that is solely on the cloud.
No.
Especially when everyone like, that's like saying, you don't need to buy the expensive consoles. But look how hard it is to get a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. People want those expensive consoles. They want that thing sitting there and go, wow, look what I've got. I've got the PlayStation 5. Isn't it a big beast? I don't think they really understood that it's not just about playing games. It's about, the whole ethos of it, having your console, like decorating it how you want it, getting the games you want for it, owning the games, being able to pick them up and go, look, it's a game, or just being able to transfer them digitally rather than streaming. So yeah. I think they missed the mark when they didn't go for a subscription service. And all I can sort of hope is, like, for people that have invested money into this, is that if rather than it going away, it changes to a subscription service, and the people that have been supporting it for a while get something back from it. But I honestly think it will just, we will just get a tweet at some point and it will just get closed down, and like, no more Stadia.
Sadly, I think you're probably right, Bestie.
Yeah, it was a cash grab at the end of the day. They just saw they thought they could make money into it, and obviously they've got the infrastructure. They didn't have to set something up to create it because they already had it all there. So it was just putting it in. So it was just a cash grab.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway,
Google Stadia.
Moving Moving on
borrowed time. Okay. Now this one, we are going to have to go to like a video of this one.
So this is a full playthrough of GoldenEye 007. The
Yes.
cancelled remake has leaked online, and this is 2 hours. So
It's the whole
which
game.
bit you want to show.
It's the whole game. I'm just going to like skip through it. I'm going to start with the beginning. But yes,
Yeah.
this was actually a game that was going to come out on the Xbox 360. There's been a lot of like, obviously GoldenEye. If you don't know GoldenEye 007, it originally came out on the Nintendo 64. It's a Nintendo published game. So obviously Nintendo has the rights for the game.
And so this has been bogged down in licensing.
Yeah. Somebody else has the rights for James Bond. And Rare, who made the game, are now owned by Microsoft. So it's this three-way thing that has always made this game pretty much just live on the N64, which is really unfortunate because it was a really good game. And it was suffered by the fact that the N64 controller only has one analog stick.
So what we're seeing here, this footage here, is on a PC emulator, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, but this is what the game would have looked like. And obviously, you know, like on the N64, the frame rate was probably about between 15 to 20 frames a second most of the time. It wasn't smooth, but yet the game was really good. And it's just a shame it's never been able to be recreated anywhere. Because if they updated this with like, just like you say, with these HD graphics that we're seeing now and a modern control scheme, it would be a really good game. I mean, we used to play this so much, like me and my friends, because it had a 4-player mode as well. But yeah, don't get your hopes up. It's not going to be a remake. I guess if you're one of these people that can get hold of like ROMs and things, it must be out there somewhere if someone's played it. So, but yeah, I liked this because it was a good game that I spent a lot of hours in when I was younger. But of course, we are getting a new James Bond game made by the people that made Hitman games. That's the James Bond, right?
Moving on.
Moving on.
Fans should forget about Bayonetta 3
Yes.
for now.
This just made me laugh.
Hideki.
Yeah, Bayonetta 3. It was announced way back in 2017. It was one of the first games announced. And all that they showed was this logo. Bayonetta 3. And obviously...
in between times, how's it going?
Yeah.
Not us personally, but the industry in general has asked. And it's really just went very well.
Yep.
Smoothly.
Going smoothly.
Fine.
It's fine.
That's it. So I was quite surprised that they mentioned anything about this. And when they did... yes, I guess that, it's January, so there will be something coming out.
Yeah,
but,
the exact quote here is, it's not really our position to say, but it's January. We've got to have something come out, right? I guess it's safe to expect that something will come out. There's a lot still of the year left. That's what I'm saying.
Well.
I understand it's driving the fans crazy. In light of that, my suggestion would be that maybe we should all reset and forget about Bayonetta 3. Then, when something finally does happen, it'll be a nice surprise, won't it?
A very nice surprise. We'll be shocked, to be honest.
It's just like, stop asking us about it. It'll be ready when it's ready. The thing that the thing that gets me about them even having to say this after the Cyberpunk stuff, people should appreciate it. If a game's not ready, don't release it. I don't care if it takes another 5 years. If that's how long it needs to be before it's in a state where it can be released, that's fine. Don't release games when they're not ready.
Yeah.
And
so we're going to move on now to some sort of like fun stories, aren't we, Bestie?
Yes, because I like. Do you know how like I normally find like a fun story for the end? I found three of them. And this first one is the best.
About manhole covers.
It is about manhole covers, and it's kind of like, why the hell can't we have stuff like this in the UK? So Japan's PokeLid project continues to install Pokemon manhole covers across the country. And look at these manhole covers. Look at them. They're amazing. Why can't we have them?
So this started in 2019, and it was a really small project to start with, but it became so popular that they've rolled them out. And there are now apparently 1,481 lids in 13 different locations.
Wow.
And they're just rolling them out all the time, because isn't that amazing?
It is. This is something else for us to do on our Japan adventure.
That's
We can find all the Pokemon
Ninqueso
stuff.
on tour, visit all the Pokelids.
Exactly, but they just look so cool.
They're great.
And it's like, why can't we have stuff?
I'll just ask you a question, actually. Why don't we have something like that? Well, I can tell you that Brexit carnage is still trending on Twitter after 3 weeks, so that'd probably be why.
There's just all these pictures of them. Look, the Magikarp. Look, the Mareep and the Vulpix. Oh, that's really cool.
That's great.
Oh, look at the Piplup and the is that Galarian? Not Galarian, is it? It's a it's a Lohan region Vulpix. Man, could you? Oh, it'd be so much happier like walking down the street just seeing these on the floor. The problem is though, if we got them, people would steal them.
Yeah, that's true.
They would just take them because people don't want us to have nice things.
Let's talk about the cake, bestie.
The cake, yes. So Nintendo shows off a new Mario-themed 7-Eleven menu. And again, these look really, really nice.
I would eat this.
I would eat everything here. Do you know what this one here reminds me? The green cake here. That reminds me of, do you remember the festival cake they used to do at Morrison's? Which was the sponge, custard, cream, marzipan. I think it's exactly the same, but it's more of a, it's not marzipan. It's like a green cake around it from what it says. Yeah. But yeah, it just looks so nice. I mean, look at that Yoshi thing.
And it's got like a little cream filling. Apparently it's melon flavoured.
Yeah, but it looks so yummy.
It does look good. It looks good.
Why can't we get these in here? I mean, look at the Princess Peach there. Is that like an Eton mess, do you think? Princess Peach is always
this is a 7-Eleven menu.
A sweet and sour jelly.
And it's fabulous.
Sweet and sour jelly.
Oh yes.
Oh, look at that star. Is that like the pretty glittery star is made of pineapple sauce and milk jelly?
Get in.
A nice palate cleanser after a Bowser roll, maybe.
Yeah, the star one is amazing, isn't it?
And finally, the Fire Flower Flame Curry Bun takes its inspiration from a traditional Chinese steamed bun with a fire flower emblem stamped on it. Its filling is a red tomato chicken curry, but it's apparently less spicy than the Bowser chicken sandwich.
Oh, I'd like that.
Yeah, but it is the Yoshi one. Where is it? Everyone's favourite dinosaur is represented with a traditional melon pan, a crisscross green bread filled with melon-flavoured custard and whipped cream. See, that just sounds perfect. It sounds beautiful.
And how are we going to get?
How are we going to get there?
7-Eleven?
Well, I don't know if it goes to the 7-Eleven, but it will go to Nintendo World. Nintendo World has unveiled its very own Nintendo train.
Right? Oh man!
It's got eyes on the front.
Ninqueso on tour trip is looking better and better and better.
It really is.
What? Manhole cover, the 7-Eleven menu. We're going to see Supersonic in the woods. We're going on the train. I mean, it's going to be an amazing trip.
Yeah, it is. What a shame we're on Plague Island and we're not allowed to leave.
That's it. Yeah, they're closing the borders soon.
That is the Nintendo train. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just like Japan. Why? Why'd you get the best things, Japan?
That's right.
Looks like too much bread on the Yoshi one.
I'd eat it.
Never too much bread.
Couple.
I'll give it a go. That is the end of the news. That is everything we talked about this week. So this is a time of the show where we're going to talk to you guys. If you want to. If you don't want to talk to us, we'll just go. You know?
Yeah, so
any
questions, we're open for questions.
We are open for questions.
Say my battery's dying. So
if you are listening to this and it's not live, then please leave a comment on either the YouTube video or you can hashtag Ninqueso Live on Twitter and we will get your comments that way. No, no one wants to
You
say
can
anything.
find me on Twitter gamergirl underscore Miss Brie,
You need to point
GMRGRLSBRIE.
above you because it's above your head. Look, it's just there. Other side, other side.
Oh yeah, they're there.
That's terrible. That's terrible. There you go. There you go. You can find me on Facebook as ElGrandKesso74, and I am also on Twitter, Ninqueso. What's for dinner? Surprisingly, I have chicken tikka, and I'll have chicken tikka again tomorrow and the day after because I made a batch.
I've made beef bourguignon.
Beef bourguignon, not beef.
Yeah, beef bourguignon and mashed potato.
You get you. Get
Boyf
you.
is really happier with it today. I'm like girlfriend of the year right now.
That's what our dinner is. Nothing too exciting. But I did buy some naan bread to go with my chicken curry as well. Some garlic and coriander one.
Oh, did you like your halwa that I bought you the other day?
It was okay. I ate most of it. I didn't quite eat it all. I don't know how long it lasts for.
Shall I make you sweet rice at the weekend?
Yes, please. How long does it last for? It's probably not safe to eat now, is it?
No, it's not. It really isn't.
Yeah, it's like I ate some the first couple of days. Like the second day I had some, and the third day, and then I was a bit like, I'm not sure if it's safe. Was I meant to heat it up?
Yeah.
Oh no, I had it cold from the fridge.
Okay. Well, you're filthy.
I didn't know there were no instructions.
Oh,
You just left me this Tupperware. I didn't know I was meant to heat it up. God, I could have died. Apparently, it sounds fancy, your dinner. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Should we do the outro?
Yeah. All right, then. Yeah, do the Batman thing. So take a deep breath. 5, 4, 3.
Oh, God, just get there. Come on.
2. Go.
Will Ninqueso Live ever get a better outro than this? Find out the questions to these answers. Same cheesy time, same cheesy channel.
Say good night, bestie.
Good night, bestie.